Okay, good morning everyone, and welcome to another vlog or maybe a video lesson from me, JC Santos, founder and president of Speech Coach. And of course, I am trainers to CEOs, presidents, and other corporate leaders. And today I'm going to talk to you about one of the most important things that a lot of people want to learn today, and that is how to improve your business sales, meaning how to put in more sales in your business, how to increase the cash flow of your business. And of course, I've been doing business for 7 years and I started from scratch, and I know a thing or two how to improve your sales, okay? And I'd like to start with a quote. This is a quote by Mark Cuban, of course, the famous billionaire and owner of the Dallas Mavericks. He would always say that sales solve everything in business. Let me repeat that again. Sales solve everything. Meaning that no matter how beautiful your product is, no matter how organized your team is, if you cannot make a sale, we will have some issues. And I believe that everybody there agrees with me. So today I'm going to give you around 6 tips on how to increase your cash flow or your sales in your business. Alright? By the way, I'm shooting this video in my office here in Marikina, alright, in Speech Coach LRT2 Santolan. Alright, so let's go with our first tip. The first tip is organize how you work, or organize your workflow. For most entrepreneurs out there, especially if you're a small, medium enterprise, your work, you're multitasking, meaning you're doing a lot of things, and one thing that you always forget is to organize your workflow. One of the early challenges we had in business is I tried to do everything: sales, marketing, accounting, even training, even doing some of the staff work, assisting clients. I've been doing everything. And of course, my results were, as far as I was concerned, was okay. It was average, but it wasn't the results that I truly want. And the moment I realized that I have to organize my workflow, meaning the moment that I realized that I should really trust my other people to handle the different types of work. Somebody should handle training more than I do, even if I enjoy training. Hire a bookkeeper already, somebody would monitor our finances. Also, I hired more staff, and I hired a whole team just to focus on sales. And if your company is a little bit flat and your results are not very, very good, I think the first thing you got to do is organize. And the first thing that you got to organize besides your operations team is your sales team. You got to focus on growing them. You focus on giving them the task, focusing on giving them the results that you want, and let them focus on delivering the results to you. Now, if you don't have anybody like that in your team and you think you're the best salesman, what you do is you let everybody else focus on operations and you focus on sales. Because as far as I'm concerned, as the CEO, as president of your business, the first thing that you got to really focus on is the cash flow. The more cash flow you have, the more leverage your business will have. And as CEO, you cannot just maybe entrust that to somebody. So if your team, you don't have a sales superstar yet, someday I'll talk about how to become a sales superstar. As far as I am concerned, that's the first thing that you got to focus on. Sales, marketing your business. So as far as I'm concerned, that's the first point we have, is to organize your workflow. Number 2, understand your sales cycle. Now you've organized everything. You've organized your sales team. You have a sales manager. You have a vice president for sales. They kind of bring in the results. So the first thing that you got to understand is understand your sales cycle. Most businesses, they don't. They understand that customers come in, they buy, and then you forget them for the rest of your lives, and then wait for another customer, do another marketing strategy to put in the customers there. I think that's really a very lousy way to do your business. I think what you have to understand is you understand your sales cycle. You understand how fast customers are, and ask the important question: what can we upsell to the clients? Because remember, it's already challenging to get a new customer, and if you cannot upsell to them, well, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to spend another 20%, 30%, or 40% of your price just to get a new client. It's always smarter to just do upselling because you can understand that in your sales cycle. Also, understand if your business is good, is it a repeatable product? How many times in a year, how many times in a month does your client avail of your service? The moment you understand this, the moment that you understand that, oh, I have to add in a feature. Oh, I need to add more services in my company. You know, I remember this story when I read a book by Chet Holmes. He said that he had a carpet, he helped a business who were selling carpets. They were selling carpets, and you know, their customer just buys from them every 3 years. And Chet Holmes said, no, this is unacceptable. We have to add a new service. We have to have a new, you know, something to offer the clients besides your carpets. So they thought about, you know, instead of selling them new carpets every 3 years, calling them after 3 years and then selling to them, what they did was they thought of adding a carpet cleaning service. They gathered all the data they needed for just a few days and then made a marketing campaign out of it and sent it all to the clients that they need their carpets cleaned. And they can do this every 6 months just to avoid bacteria and to avoid disease at home. That was the data they got. And it was very, very effective. It increased their sales around 200, 300% a year. So maybe that's also something that you want to think about your business in that sense. All right, so number 2 is understand your sales cycle. If you do, you'll understand whether your products are repeatable, whether it's upsellable, or maybe we should add a new service to your business. Number 3, okay, if you're focusing on sales, I want your salespeople to focus on prospecting. Right? Sometimes you don't need to market, but sometimes you just need people to ask for referrals or call other clients, you know, and maybe cold call, you know, get a phone book or something like that, and definitely you can get more clients. According to Brian Tracy, if you've ever heard of Brian Tracy, he recommends that new business of salespeople, they should prospect around 4 hours a day. So if you're a business that's starting out, make sure to deliberate or to focus your day, 4 hours of it, into prospecting. Or if you have a person that can prospect for you, definitely they should focus on prospecting. And the other 4 hours of the workday, they should just focus on inviting, selling, calling them. And which leads us to number 4. Fourth tip, how to increase your sales, and have a script. Most businesses like to sell more, but in reality, they don't have a script. They don't practice anything. They don't know how to explain their product. They don't know what to offer. They don't have a system on to offer something first. So let's just say you're a restaurant. You know, when the customers come in, they sit down, they ask for the menu, they look at it, and it says, this is what we want to order. Now, if your company has a script, obviously, your waiters would already understand that, okay, before you order your main course, let's sell you something in the appetizer area. You know, maybe while you're waiting, maybe we can offer you some drinks. So you're selling drinks already, you know. And, you know, you can offer the main course. After the main course, you make more suggestions. You can do that with a script. You offer a dessert afterwards. You know, and this is what a lot of businesses fail to understand. They don't study, they don't prepare, they don't add value to their salespeople. You know, they just say, this is our target, and go ahead, you know, and sell for us. But remember, there is training, there is a system that you should implement for your salespeople, so selling can be a lot easier for them. Okay, so that's number 4. Have a script, plan the script, make sure that every sales people, even your waiter for a restaurant, they know how to sell, because at the end of the day, it will maximize the client once the client comes in your business. Number 5, okay, reward your sales. Of course, if they achieve your targets, always the reward should be greater. As they would always say, the most profitable business in the world would be selling. And if you don't reward them, they won't be motivated to sell. You know, that's a secondary priority of salespeople. Number 1, of course, is to help their clients, to help the business, you know, to be able to show the clients the true value of what they're buying. That's number 1 priority. But number 2 is you gotta reward your salespeople. Okay? If not, they won't be motivated. All right? And number 6, the last one, is to train your people. Make sure to have a monthly, a weekly training for your salespeople. Because mostly we figured out that if your sales team, they're not getting the results they want, it's not because they're stupid, it's not because they're dumb, it's because they're not trained. Because they don't train themselves, they don't read anything about sales, they don't master how to present their ideas, they don't even try to understand that there's a system, they don't have any training at all. And to be honest with you, that is one of the most important ways to turn around your company, especially in terms of sales. Alright, so let's repeat the 6 things that I said to improve your sales in your business. So number 1 is organize your workflow. Number 2, understand your sales cycle. Number 3, focus on prospecting 4 hours a day. If your business is already strong, focus on only maybe 2 hours a day. Number 4, have a script. Make sure that everyone understands the system that your company wants to implement in terms of what you should be offering first and what should be offering last. Number 5, reward your sales, of course. And number 6, train your salespeople. If you can have a monthly training program for them or even a weekly training program, it depends on how fast you want the results to come. You have to do the training most of the time, and that will give you the best results. As Jim Rohn would always say, work on yourself more rather than working on your job more. So that will bring you the results that you want. Alright, so hopefully I've helped you increase your sales, your cash flow, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much, and follow my YouTube channel, Mastery of Life, JC Speech Coach. And you can follow me on Instagram, JC Speech Coach. You can follow me on LinkedIn, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Just type my name, Juan Carlos Santos, JC Santos, and you can look for our Facebook page, Speech Coach Training. Alright, so thank you very much, guys, and have a nice day. Thank you.